Okay. So children, we've completed the chapter Sher, Shah, Suri today in the previous class. Now we'll do the question answers. The first question is organize and present the information under provincial administration in a form of a flow chart. All right. So if you remember, I always tell you, make a flow chart that will become easier for you all to remember. See, here we are just doing it for provincial administration. But if you want to prepare for your exams, similar way you can do it for military administration, you can do it for land reforms, all right, you can do for roads, transportations, you can do for taxes. That will become easier for you to remember, as we had done for the previous chapter, directive principles. Do you all remember? At that time also I had asked you to do the flow chart.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. So here, if you will see village on one hand, then lower than village is the paragana. Now in village, who is the mukaddam? What is the role, duty of a mukaddam? Who will tell me?
Maintaining law and order in the villages.
Very good. Maintaining law and order. He has one more duty. Who will tell me what was the other duty? Because I remember telling you all, see this name we've come across for the second time. Who will tell me what is this other duty? Apart from maintaining law and order, any child?
To keep records of the other things like land revenue and other things.
Refer to the text. Okay, refer to the text, you will get it. There are two duties which has been assigned to Mukaddam, all right? And I remember I had asked you all to mark it out.
Detecting crimes and bringing culprit to justice.
Very good, Anika. Very good. Very good. Keep it up. Okay, next is Potwari. Potwari, what is the duty of the Potwari? Who will tell me?
Ma'am, a record keeper who worked for the village.
Okay, he's a record keeper. He keeps the record for the village. All right. What about Shikdar? What is the duty of the Shikdar? Will tell me. What does the Shikdar do?
Ma'am, he has to control all the group of villages. He's the head of it.
Head of the villages? Shikdar.
Head
Refer
of
to
a
your
group of villages, that is a pargana.
Okay, of the he's the head of the Pargana. Yes, good. All right. Now, which two battles determine the end of the Mughal rule? How did the Mughal rule come to an end? Who will tell me?
Battle of Chausa and Kannauj against Humayun.
Very good, very good. Battle of Chausa and Kannauj, which was fought against Humayun, where Humayun lost the battle, and who won the battle?
Sher Shah.
Sher Shah.
Sher
Very
Shah.
good, very good. Now, next question is name the different departments and ministers in charge of that department. So this particular table is there as it is in your text, children. So you have to write it down from your textbook. Please remember by heart this table, everyone, because you might definitely get an objective questions in your final exams. All right, based upon this, they might either ask you the department's name, or they might even ask you to describe what does this, they will give you the description and tell you which particular department is this description referred to. Clear? Please refer to the textbook and write down this table as it is. Next. How did Sher Shah Suri make sure that corruption and greed for power was curbed? What did he do to make sure that corruption and greed for power is to be curbed? What did he do, children?
The person responsible for a particular tasks were changed after a certain period of time.
Right. The officers. Okay, you can call them as officers. He used to constantly change the officers, transfer them, remove them. Okay, so to make sure that there is the corruption and the greed for power is curbed. How was Sher Shah's military administration an exemplary one? How do we come to know that whatever reforms that Sher Shah brought in the military administration was excellent, was an exemplary one? How do we know that? For this particular answer, you'll have to refer to the military administration. What military changes did he bring? You have to tell me that. All right. Yes, Mishri, can you read it?
He directly recruited soldiers and took personal interest in their training, paid
Yes.
the soldiers in cash in keeping with their skills and ability, revived Chera to ensure attendance and rule out proxy. Then
Yes.
was the branding of horses with sign to avoid replacements with inferior ones,
Right.
divided
Okay.
his army into
Into units. Yes.
each headed by a commander or faujdar.
Faujdar. Okay. So these were all the military reforms which were brought. See, he made sure that he himself is recruiting the soldiers. Okay. He also made sure that he is personally training them. This shows that, you know, he has exemplary administrative, he had brought exemplary military administration. All right. Apart from that, Chehra, what was Chehra introduced for? What does Chehra mean?
The attendance of the soldiers so that fake people don't enter their
Right, right. What about that?
branding of horses.
Branding of the horses so that the horses do not get mixed up with the other inferior horse. Okay. Next is, why did Sher Shah Suri want to build a good network of roads? Why do you think he wanted to build a good network of roads?
Ma'am, so that
Trading
the
and
trading.
e-commerce.
Yes.
For trading
Very
and
good.
e-commerce.
Yeah, for trade and commerce. Yes, Simran, what is your answer?
Ma'am, I was saying the same point so that after the trade and commerce, the empire has a good.
Okay, for trade and commerce. Next, what would be the next point? Apart from trade and commerce, what was his intention to build up the road?
Ease
Good.
of travel.
To ease travel, very good. To make sure that traveling becomes easier for the people in his territory. What else?
So that the troops and equipment could be quickly moved to other parts.
Yes, during wars or anything, if anything such thing happens, so he could quickly move his troops and along with the equipment. So for that purpose, he had already constructed a good network of roads. Okay. Next is, which feature of Grand Trunk Road makes it outstanding? What do you think? Which is the feature, important feature? Why is it outstanding? Grand Trunk Road. Anything new about this particular road? Yes,
It
Anika.
is the
Anika, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I don't know.
Grand Trunk Road.
ma'am, it is the Grand Trunk Road is the oldest and the longest road.
Yes, yes, it is very oldest. It is the longest. How much long it is, and what is the stretch of this particular road? It stretches from where to where?
2,500 kilometers. And ma'am, beside this road, there are many tent houses or rest houses where the person traveling can rest
People
also.
can rest, true. And what is the stretch of this road? From which point to which point does this road stretch?
This road stretched from Sonargaon to Peshawar.
Peshawar. Okay, from Sonargaon to Peshawar. All right. Next is, how did Sher Shah show his concern for his subjects when laying the Grand Trunk Road? Okay, when he was building this Grand Trunk Road, how do we come to know that he was concerned about his people, about the welfare of his people? What things did he do? How do we know that yes, he was concerned for his people? While building this particular road, what did he do?
Building the rest houses and the post houses.
Very good, Simran. He built the rest houses called as what?
Sarais.
Very good, sarais. And what else did he do?
He
Apart
built
from
wells.
yes, yes, Aisha.
He built wells at various intervals.
Very good, very good. He built wells at various intervals so that, you know, people who are traveling on the road can benefit from it. Very nice. Good to see you participating.
He made dark chowkis.
Yes. What
on
is
the
dark
roads.
chowkis?
Post houses with a ready horseman to carry the royal mail.
Yes. Okay. So he made these, or he provided all these provisions so that the people who are traveling on this road, they can, it can benefit them. All right. Now next is, what is Dag and Chehra? Who will tell me what is Dag?
Dag was the
That was
branding
the
of the
branding of
horses.
horses.
Okay. Chehra, Aisha, tell me what is Chehra?
Chehra referred to the descriptive role of every soldier to ensure attendance and rule.
I think you have connected. What is Chehra?
Chehra referred to the descriptive role of every soldier to ensure attendance and rule out of possibility of proxy.
Very good, very good, very good, Aisha. It is good to see you participating. Keep it up. Very nice. Next is, how was Sher Shah Suri a great military strategist? How do we come to know that he had a great military strategist? What things did he do in the military? Yes.
Ma'am, it's the same question but twisted.
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, he followed the policy of Dag and Chehra, which
Yes.
was firstly introduced by
What else did he do?
Alauddin Khilji. He directly he paid soldiers in cash in keeping with their skills and ability.
First of all, he himself recruited them. He personally gave them training, and then to make sure that the soldiers are happy, what did he do? He gave them money in cash, right? So that the soldiers feel happy. Along with that, what did he do? What about his personal army? What about his personal army, children?
He divided his army into units, each headed by a
Yes.
commander or Faujdar. His personal army comprised of 150,000 cavalry, 25,000 infantry, and 5,000 elephants.
Elephants. Got it? Very good, Simran. Very nice. Keep it up. I hope everybody got the answers till here. Have you all understood, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you, Mishri. Okay, this question. Why is Sher Shah Suri's land revenue system considered as the most notable contribution? See, we had seen he had brought up various land revenue reforms. So why do you think it was most notable one? What things did he do? If you will see in your textbook, all these points are mentioned in your textbook as it is, right? Yes, Simran?
Ma'am, the collection of tax was strict, but the land assessment was lenient and aware of natural calamities and wars.
Very good.
This could be paid, the land revenue could be paid in tax, paid in cash or in kind.
Yes. And it was fixed also, right? It was fixed. The land revenue was fixed. How much was the land revenue fixed?
1/3 of the produce.
1/3 of the produce.
Yes. And what about the land? How was it divided, children?
Good, middling, and bad.
On the basis of what?
Fertility.
Fertility. Okay. On the basis of fertility, good, middling, and bad. Okay. Next, now this question, the answers may vary. Okay. Now we all know about GST. You remember we had studied about GST. We pay GST taxes. Yes or no? Do we pay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now you just need to imagine that if Sher Shah would have been there, and if during his rule, if this GST tax would have introduced. So what do you think? Would Sher Shah approve that GST tax or no? If you say no, why? If you say yes, why? What do you think? GST he would have approved?
I think so. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Because
Why do you think so? Yes.
so that in the royal treasury there is some more money.
No. Any guesses? Refer. See, this answer you gave. It has to be from the text. Refer to your
Ma'am,
text.
more money could be used for development.
Okay. Okay. This
More
is your
goods
opinion.
will be brought and more goods will be sold.
Right, right. So see, basically, you remember in the textbook we had read that it was Sher Shah who introduced different weights and measures. Why did he introduce? So that there is uniform standard among all the different territories, right? It was Sher Shah who did this, right? Looking at this particular action of Sher Shah, we come to know that today also, if he would have been there, he would have approved for this. Why? Because he believed in having uniformity. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Now, what are the benefits of such a tax? Now, if you are paying GST, what is the benefit of paying GST? What do you think? What are the different benefits?
Increase in trade and commerce.
Okay, it will increase the economy, true. If trade and commerce increase, economy will increase. If economy will increase, country's infrastructure will be good. So that is correct. What else? What else?
Overall growth of the nation.
Very good. Overall growth of the nation. It will help the overall growth of the nation, and it will also eliminate us paying different types of taxes. If we pay just one tax, all the other taxes will be included in that, right? So it will eliminate we paying different types of taxes. Clear? Have you
Yes,
all
ma'am.
understood?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Next, what is patta and qabuliyat? We just studied today. What is patta?
Patta is a written document which mentions the amount or rate of revenue demanded.
Very good. Very good. Very nice. Good to see you answering. I want you only to answer what is qabuliyat, Aisha?
Qubuliyat is a written document that was issued by the peasants accepting the obligation upon them mutually decided.
Okay, that means a written document which says that the peasants are accepting whatever has been decided by the peasants and the higher authority. Clear? Next is, how did Sher Shah ensure that peasants were supported instead of being troubled? See, basically, if you will remember in the previous class, I told you he made sure that the peasants are also happy. All right, he made sure that the peasants feel that the king is supporting them instead of making them feel that they're being harassed. So what do you think? How did he ensure that they were supported and not being troubled in terms of land revenue systems? What things did he do?
The measure of land was
Very
taken
good. Very good.
every year and leniently.
Very good, very good. So the first thing is he measured the land, and based on the measurement, he collected the revenue. So definitely the peasants will feel happy now that they are not paying more. Whatever they are paying is based upon the measurement of the land. He is not just telling them a certain amount and forcing them to pay that particular amount. He's measuring it and then he's asking the
Revenue.
Ma'am, You're on mute.
Am I audible, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I think I got disconnected.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so one was that he measured the land and based upon the measurement, he collected the tax, right? What else did he do apart from that?
The land revenue was fixed at 1/3 of the produce.
Yes, he also fixed the land revenue. Okay, so the fact that he fixed the land revenue itself shows that he was concerned for the peasants, right? So the peasants knew that, okay, they had to pay 1/3 of whatever is produced. Apart from that, he also gave them a concession. What was the concession? That if at all the peasants are unable to give or pay the revenue in cash, then in that case, they can pay it in the form of a kind. They can exchange the grains, whatever they are producing, right? So all these 3 points shows what? That he was supporting the peasants. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Am I
ma'am.
audible?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. Have you all understood till here, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. Now, the next question is based upon essay. All right. Now, if you will see this particular chapter, the entire chapter, right from the beginning till the end, we have the list of reforms, the changes brought up by Sher Shah Suri. Okay. So now, in this particular question, you need to write down an essay whose title will be what? The genius called Sher Shah Suri. Okay. The essays topic would be the genius called Sher Shah Suri. And they have given you the headings of each paragraph. That in paragraph 1, what things you're going to write about is about the explanation and about the praise of the administrative systems which Sher Shah brought. Okay. Then they told you to write both the central as well as the provincial administration. So your paragraph 1 will be all about the praises and explanation about administrative system. Your paragraph 2 will be about explanation and your comment on his military reforms and its success. Whatever military reforms was brought by Sher Shah and how successful it was, you have to write down that. Clear? Next, paragraph 3, you have to write down and talk about his efforts to improve the transport and trade. What efforts did he take to make sure that the transportation and trade is improved? Okay, that will include in paragraph 3. Paragraph 4, you will write about his land revenue policies. What land revenue policies did he brought up in his territory and how did his policies benefit the peasants? Okay, you need to write down that in paragraph 4. So basically, if you will see the entire chapter in your textbook, you have subheadings. All these subheadings are there in your textbook. Number 1, about the administration. Is it there, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. Next, about military reforms, the subheading is there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
About transport and trade, that is there, the subheading and
Yes,
paragraph.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then about land revenue, which we did today in the morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So basically, I won't discuss this, but I want you all to read the chapter. All these topics are there in the textbook. Read the chapter and summarize the points, okay, in your own words. And then you can write down in the paragraph format. Clear, everyone?
Yes,
By
ma'am.
doing that, what will happen, at least once you will read the chapter. Even if you read the chapter once, it is more than enough, because we have just completed the chapter today and reading the chapter will be like a second revision for you all. Okay, so please read the chapter and summarize it in your own words. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Next question is session 4. How was it good that Sher Shah interrupted the Mughal rule? Do you think it was good that Sher Shah interrupted the Mughal rule?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it was good. Why do you think it was good?
Sher Shah implemented many military skills which later were used by other Mughal rulers.
Right, right. In fact, it was even even mentioned in your textbook that all the land reforms measures which were brought up by Sher Shah was used by whom? By even by Akbar. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So he brought various military skills. He had brought up various administrative skills. He made sure the peasants are happy. He made sure his army is happy. So all these things, reforms which he brought up during his administrative system. So it was followed by the other Mughal rulers. Itself shows that they were happy with whatever changes were brought by Sher Shah. All right.
Ma'am, according to me, it is good that Sher Shah interrupted the Mughal rule, because if Humayun would have continued, I think the people would have suffered and the Mughal rule will decline only.
Yes, yes. So most of the reforms were brought in during this particular period of Sher Shah Suri. I think we've completed the question answers discussion. We'll stop here for today. Children, please write down all the question answers in your history notebook.